Sister Austin here. We are going to do one more section with this whole graphing of these sine and cosine curves, and this will be our last week working on them, and then we're going to move on into something else. But I just want to make sure that everybody's doing well with this. If you do decide to take some math in college, it's definitely something you'll need to do. So, we want to be prepared. All right, so just a reminder that normally when we're finding these angles, we use these that are on the axis. So we use 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. Then we're graphing a sine curve. So sine is always the second one. It's always the second point. So at 0, the second point is 0. At pi over 2, that value is 1. At pi, we're at 0. At 3 pi over 2, we're at negative 1. And at 2 pi, we're going to have 0. Now we want to look right here. When the x, see normally we have just y equals sine x. And when the x gets replaced with 2x, that's going to be a horizontal shrink by a factor of 1/2. So because that's a 2, I'm now going to have to multiply all of my x's by 1/2. So 0 times 1/2 is 0. Pi over 2 times 1/2 is pi over 4. Pi times 1/2 is pi over 2. 3 pi over 2 times 1/2 is 3 pi over 4. 2 pi times 1/2 is pi. These y values are normally this, but they're going to have to get multiplied by 2 and add 3. So I'm going to first multiply them all by 2. And now I have to add 3. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1. Okay, so now I'm going to plot these points. So at 0, I'm plotting 3. At pi over 4, now pi over 4 is right in between 0 and pi over 2. So at pi over 4, I'm going to be at 5. At pi over 2, I'm going to be at 3. At 3 pi over 4, I'm going to be at 1. And at pi, we're going to be at 3. And now just continue that pattern. See what we did? We were here, up, here, down, here. Up, here, down, here. Should be really symmetric like that. And then you could go backwards. So we were here, 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 go backwards down to here, 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 here. I mean, you don't have to graph the whole thing, but that's how it would be done. All right, the amplitude is always going to be how far it is from this axis here, this sinusoidal axis, up to our highest point. So this sinusoidal axis, let's go ahead and fill that in. That's always the shift up or down. So we went up 3. So the sinusoidal axis is at 3. How far is it from up there or to down there? 1, 2. So the amplitude is 2. The domain on all of these is going to be negative infinity to infinity because these go on forever. Always, always. The range is our lowest y, which is 1, to our highest y, which is 5. And that's how we graph it. All right, number 2. Okay, so now we're looking at cosine. So we're thinking of y equals cosine x. For this, we usually use 0, pi over 2, pi, same thing, 3 pi over 2, and 2 pi. We're using 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2, 2 pi. The y values are going to be the x's, they're the cosines are going to come first now. So the cosine at 0 is 1, pi over 2 is 0, pi is negative 1, 3 pi over 2 is 0, and 2 pi is 1. All right, so now we're going to look here. If x gets replaced with 1/2 x, that's going to be a horizontal stretch of 2. So that means all of my x's are going to have to get multiplied by 2. So now 0 times 2, pi over 2 times 2, pi times 2, 3 pi over 2 times 2, and 2 pi times 2. Those are going to be my new x's. So I took care of this. Now we have to look at this. That's going to be a vertical stretch by -2. So that means I'm going to have to multiply all of these y's by -2. And this is going to shift us up 3. So, excuse me, I have to take these x's and add 3, or sorry, these y's and add 3. -2 plus 3, 0 plus 3, 2 plus 3, 0 plus 3, -2 plus 3. So when I'm at 0, my y is 1. When I'm at, where's pi? Right there's pi. When I'm at pi, my y value is 3. When I'm at 2 pi, my y value is 5. When I'm at 3 pi, my y value is 3. And when I'm at 4 pi, my y value is 1. Now continue the pattern, look. So here I'd be here. So look at the pattern, go up now. So here, I go up here, continue the pattern. You don't have to do this part, but I mean, I like for you to be able to. It goes on forever. All right, let's find that sinusoidal axis. That's all these middle values here, right in the middle. How far did we shift up? Up 3, so it's y equals 3 again. Okay, and our amplitude is how far from here to here or from here to here? How far apart are those two? And it's always just going to be this number as well, the absolute value of that number. The domain is -infinity to infinity. The range, our lowest value is 1, our highest value is 5, and we got that. All right, guys, so you can choose 2 of these to do, okay? Choose 2 to do. And you don't have to do the whole thing, but choose 2 of these 3. Now remember, you can also check these on Desmos. So let's say you're doing this one and you just don't understand how to do it. Well, just go to your Desmos, like graphing calculator, and let's type it in. Y equals -2 sine, parentheses, 2x plus 1. Here's the way it looks. So you should see that 0, 1 point. Pi over 4, -1. See how you can see some of these points so you can check your chart. All right, do that if you get confused. All right, guys, I hope that you're doing well. I hope this is all making sense to you. Again, just do 2 of these 3. These are both sine, and then the last one that you see there, that one's a cosine one. All right, keep working hard through the 4th quarter. I want you to finish strong, get a good grade and graduate and all that good stuff. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.